It's always good, when you can come to the park and ground yourself. So that's where I'm at right now. Yeah, man. This is the place I come when I tap into. A lot of times you can quiet all the external forces when you tap in at the park. Get comfortable. Take your shoes off. Ground yourself. I like to say marinate and meditate. So this is one of the places where I can quiet the distractions really and listen to that inner voice. Y'all feel me? People in the parks is doing that. We gotta start tapping in more. What are you willing to do for the advancement of your play? What are some of the go-throughs that you're willing to go through? A lot of times we place ourselves and go through that we probably would have never thought we're placing ourselves in. But imagine, because it's unconscious. Some of us can remember times of running wild and crazy and being in them streets. Yeah. But what about now? Putting yourself through an intentional go-through for the sole purpose of the advancement of your play. For the sole purpose of, like Kanye said, man, controlling your narrative. Controlling your narrative. Oh, shit, sometimes it be little bugs and shit. But putting yourself out right in the front. Putting yourself putting yourself out there right in front. Right in the midst of the thick. Are you willing to do that? And a lot of people ain't willing to, tap all the way in. Because that requires a certain discipline and a certain readiness. Like, you gotta be ready for the change. And I didn't get no manual on this road to self-discovery and the road of becoming. But I knew that you can't escape a hard time, a hardship. Like, you just a go through. And so it was like, I got to the point of asking myself, how do I want to be my come out of this go through? You feel me? Instead of being stuck in a constant go through. And so that was me saying, you know what? I'm willing to go through the go through. I'm willing to have the experience I need to have so that I can have the story to tell when I come out the go through. I'm willing to transmute the energy, right? I'm willing to transmute the energy so that I use the go through as motivation to get to where I gotta go for further advancement of my play. But nah, y'all ain't listening or hearing me. So what are you willing to do for the further advancement of your play? And look, you can just hear the trees and the wind whistling by and shit. Like, the park is not the place where you want to bring the riffraff and the drama. You want to come here just to get it right, to see where you're going, to put this shit together, man. Cut out the external forces. Because I know it shouldn't take rocket science, but a lot of people already know what to cut out that ain't adding up to their play, that ain't adding up with the goal. Like, so that ain't even nothing that's new. It's just, are you ready to tap into the discipline? Right? Because when we were younger and they said it's mind over matter, niggas, mind over the body, like, that's true. You can tap into some godly energy, I'm saying, some higher frequencies when you do the mind over matter. When you do the mind over body, it's some shit get crazy in a good way. Because that discipline, the more you mine for it, like mining for gold, but you're mining for the discipline, the greater your life becomes. Just one moment at a time. Be conscious and live in the moment, one moment at a time. I said this on a story before. Don't be in a rush to tell your story. Let it play out. And if you should find yourself around people that's trying to rush your story, then extract yourself in the situation. Mind over matter. Come on, man. What they didn't tell you and what you should know is that you yourself are in control of the vehicle. Some of y'all just lost track of time and still treating your life like a joyride. Your life is not a joyride. You have control of the vehicle. You know, these little ant things. But your life isn't a joyride. You do have control of the vehicle. The play, the successful completion of the play and plays that you got going on depends on you. Your ability to tap in. Put the BS to the side, like they say, put the pride to the side. And